Lube's been one of our less consistent players this year, and he'll be one of the first to admit it. He hasn't played as well as he would like. Ethan may have more of a role this year based on where Lube is as a player.
I don't think I'm being cocky saying this. I just think that I'm just way more experienced. I don't think that guy's any better than me at all.
Trust me, I have no desire to put a complete rookie on stage against our biggest opponents. I guess from our perspective is that sometimes it feels like a gamble to have you playing on that stage too.
It's a time for celebration for UCI Esports. After a decisive sweep of Cal Poly Pomona in the Western Conference Finals, the Anteaters are one of 8 teams advancing to the Collegiate Championship, one step closer to claiming another ring.
So for those of you that were on the team last year, it was a pretty big moment when we qualified for live finals. Hundreds of schools tried, and I think it is pretty significant. So tonight, let's celebrate. You're all in a great position to do something amazing this year. So I love you all. I'm very proud, and let's fill up your stomachs.
The fool. All right, just get it.
I'm about to teach you guys how to make a potato.
I'm a white guy. You don't teach me how to make a potato.
I don't go for the bacon, but if you want the bacon, you can add that on top of that. All right, now get some onions, and then you get some salt and pepper, and it's quantity.
All right, so Avi screwed up. The real first step, butter.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where was the butter?
What would you feel about like doing like a team haircut session before going up to the championships?
Let's all shave our heads.
No.
We can do it when we win. I'll shave my head if we win.
No.
Latin's joining me.
No.
I'll do it because he called me out, and I'm not one to back down from a challenge.
Get Coach Man to shave his head too.
No. I'll sunburn.
You guys are gamers. When was the last time you were sunburned? All right, I know we're in crunch time now, but let's just raise our glasses and say cheers, congrats, and let's kick some ass in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Live Finals is now 5 weeks away. Confidence is high, but a position battle ensues between the savvy senior and the freshman phenom.
I'm sure everyone's wondering about the update on the support situation since we now have Ethan and Luke playing. I think 2 weeks ago, we were starting to think that it might be worth to have Ethan start playing a majority of the games leading into the national championship. However, Lube, ever since we lit a fire under his ass, has stepped up in a really, really big way. To such an extent that we are no longer all that sure of like who are we gonna have play the majority of the games. In fact, we're planning on playing both of them. Or we might start game 1 with Ethan and then have Luke download the enemy like bot lane and come in on games 2 and 3 and help you guys expose those weaknesses and play cleaner mid game and late game. So that's an idea that we're toying around with. That's something that we're gonna try out today in today's scrim block. And if anyone has any questions or concerns, please feel free to let us know.
I'm just happy because I feel like we haven't always been that transparent. So I'm like glad that you just actually told us like what's going on straight up. So thank you, Lab. I'm going Heimer, okay? I'm on my way. I'm collapsing. Yeah, I'll take Dragon. You guys can hit tower.
Lantern? Someone take Lantern? I thought I was going to be playing in JV for the whole year. So I was really not prepared and then worried because I thought I was lacking technically.
Does Kim have ward up right now?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Kim needs to ward right now.
It wasn't fun at first, like hearing all those things that I could be benched. But over time, I've become more accepting of the fact that my time is about to expire.
Oh, watch out. Oncoming.
Kim Down's gonna have to, step in and take over because I'm graduating.
Oh, he flashed? Okay.
Vision mid would be ideal though, so we know what they're doing.
Come down, let's walk bot side vision.
Okay, can I reset?
You should always have vision mid. That's something I've been telling Ethan for a while now.
Watch out for... Okay. Nice.
Blue team, victory.
I'll let you cover all the Ethan-specific stuff, like at 14 minutes when you should have stayed on the map with Jarvin.
Okay. I kind of like the way things went today.
Ethan, Lube has some things that he wanted to talk to you about vision.
I pretty much got to coach Kim down a little, and I thought it was really cool. So here, we want to reset, but it's better if you move with Avi and you give vision.
To get vision and then reset after.
He's really open to feedback and criticism, and I like to help people. So this is one way where I can help my team. First Dragon. Instead of helping Dragon, you can put word in their jungle and then move mid.
I want to talk as much as I can with him. As a player, I think I have a lot to learn from him. Since he used to play in pro teams, I think he knows way more than me about League of Legends.
Just focus a little more on vision control.
Right.
Should be good. Otherwise, good job.
Thank you.
If we were to play finals, it's almost there. But like right now, I'm confident that we will win. But you know, since things are close, it might not be a 3-0. It might be like a 3-1.
Jeffrey Dew's experience banging on keys didn't start with a computer. UCI's mid laner certainly has the chops to go pro in music, but his hands and heart have taken him elsewhere.
Let's go! Freshman year of high school was when I realized that, you know, I could potentially go pro in League of Legends and not just, you know, play it for fun as a hobby. My plan is to finish my degree and then to look to go pro after that.
I actually killed someone.
And then I died.
I was like totally against it because most Chinese family kids to grow up as very academic. A lot of times they follow their parents' profession.
Jeffrey is following his parents' academic path, boasting a 3.9 GPA in computer engineering. As for gaming, Mom has come around.
Of course, I want to say, you know, you're an intelligent kid, very smart, and if you can stay up with your school works, then if you want to play some games, that's fine with me. Here, who needs this?
Originally my plan was to graduate a quarter early, right? I was thinking like, if I graduate at like spring instead of winter, then I can play another year of collegiate, and then I just go pro after that.
Just a normal year, like the future.
No.
Not graduate early.
Yeah, but what I mean delay another year is, means the go to pro delayed another year.
Not really. It's like delay like one season, one split. It's just half a season.
Okay.
Get more time to practice. I think it'll be better.
Life is short. The most important is they're happy. I want him to be what he wants to be.
It's just really nice to have her supporting me in my unconventional career path, as opposed to most parents who just shut down their kids' dreams. It just means so much to me.
Back at school, Jeffrey is getting a taste of the pros. Its destination, Beverly Hills, as UCI steps up its scrim game before live finals. Echo Fox is one of the world's top pro League of Legends teams. Its president, an ex-basketball star, making the confident crossover into esports.
I'm Jared Jeffries. I played 11 years in the NBA, and then I went on to become director of personnel for the Denver Nuggets. I played video games my whole life growing up, and I noticed that one of the connectors for the teams that I was on were gaming. Malik Rose was huge in the world of Warcraft. David Robinson, Tim Duncan were also big into it. So I knew that if this level of competitor were into gaming, that esports had to have legs. Is gaming a sport? I think it is. Anyone that thinks it's not should come really watch them and watch how much communication is involved in it, how much dedication, how much hand-eye coordination is involved with it. This is where the world is going. The viewership numbers are there, and I think they'll only grow and get better.
What's up, crew? What's going on, guys?
Just in general.
Nice seeing you here.
I know, right? You guys doing good? One tall guy. You doing good? Oh, another little guy. There you go. There you go. All right, come on, let's go upstairs. Come on. My 10-year-old daughter is taller than half of y'all, so.
That does not surprise me.
Hey, what's up there, killer? This is the team mascot. You say hi to everybody?
Hello.
Today's pregame speech is about being a pro from someone who shared the hardcourt with arguably the greatest of all time.
Yeah, sit on down here, fellas. Sit on down here. Sit on down here. All right, guys, so when I was 20 years old, I got drafted by the Washington Wizards. And as I'm walking back in the draft room, the phone call comes from Michael Jordan. And he was going to play his last year in Washington. So I got to play my whole rookie year with the greatest player ever. And one of the things I always took away was his work ethic. The very first day of training camp, practice was at 10. I got there at 8 o'clock and he was already in the gym. You know, so he was 40 years old. He was already in the gym, already getting shots up, already working. One of the things I heard is that sometimes you guys have a hard time with deadlines and being on time. Sometimes you're going to underperform, overperform, be frustrated, but what you can control is being on time. And that's one of the biggest levels of respect you can have for your teammates and people around you.
How is he as a player in-game, as a person you played with?
Yeah. Very intense. The thing that made him so great was that he was able to pull on his greatness every night. He's like, I'm gonna go out here and get 30 points tonight whenever I want to. And it's like, well, I can't do that, so I don't know. like I'll try my best, but so he was motivating from the standpoint of as long as you play hard and you gave maximum effort, he was there. But he would also be frustrated because he wouldn't understand why you couldn't be your best every single day and every single moment. And that's what made him so great, is that every moment he was out there, he was his best.
All right, guys, let's get into it. We're going to be playing some mix and match scrims. We're going to have the LCS, Academy, and UCI guys kind of all mixing together so that you're playing with some new faces. So starting on this side, Colin Solo over here. Step right up. Number one pick of the draft. And then Young Ben.
Today's scrimmage mixes UCI's players with the pros.
And then mid lane, Descraton.
For Jeffrey, it's a chance to show Echo Fox he's ready for the next level.
Good luck, dude.
I've played with Descraton for years. I've always thought he's like a really talented player and could potentially be playing Academy or LCS in the next year or in the future.
All right, go, go, go. The game is live, boys.
All right, we've entered the draft, guys.
What do we want there? We can pick Yasuo. I'm down to play Yasuo.
There's no way Yasuo is going to go mid against Hecarim, right? Wait, Jeffrey, what are you doing? The matchup he's in is unplayable. This is ridiculous. He has to lane against Hecarim.
A poor draft puts Jeffrey at a disadvantage against the opposing mid laner, one that impacts his performance throughout the game.
Hecarim versus Yasuo seems unplayable. Oh, nah. He can dive. Auto ignite. Yeah, he's dead.
Mid reset. Mid TP. Hecarim's moving. We're first.
There's definitely a mixed bag here. Jeffrey, he was probably losing the game for his team by himself. If I had to put a finger on someone.
I need help.
Oh!
Far River, Hecarim. Hecarim's over the wall right here.
Punch Hecarim!
I'm almost here. I'm in ult reach.
Oh, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Oh, God.
Am I trading? No, I'm dead. I don't do any damage. Good night.
All right, my team is really good. I think we're going to Worlds. If we draft like this.
I
mean, we know how to draft really well, so.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, it was a bad matchup. It was a game that a lot of people weren't taking terribly seriously. Not a big deal. Whatever.
Better luck next time. It's okay.
There's not next time.
Next time we'll be on the stage.
All right, you ready for VOD review?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you think this matchup's winnable?
No, probably not.
Honestly, it was a little bummer that I didn't play that well in our mix and match scrim.
I think in a game like this, in a losing matchup, You have to think about how you can affect your lane.
Kind of like bigger picture sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm in a losing matchup, but how can I use my resources and my team to make it better for myself?
I should be thinking more about, like, what can I pull from my team to help me succeed as well.
Yeah, I mean, the lane was really rough for you, but it was definitely, like, there were opportunities to win the game, I think.
It kind of just motivates me to work harder and, pursue my dream of one day playing in a space like this. I have a question. Because I'm kind of looking to go pro, like, kind of like next year. So, like, what do you look for when you're looking for, let's say, like, if you're looking to hire new players for, like, academy?
The big things I think that are really important in league competitive nowadays is it's the individual skill for sure, but then it's like being vocal and being a team player as well. Like games like this, there's going to be times where you need to understand more than just your lane. You need to understand how the jungle works, how the 2v2 works, how you can use other lanes to translate that into your advantage. And it's hard to get that in solo queue, but it's definitely like a really important part of being a competitive player.
Learning more about, like, the professional scene, what they do and how they function is, like, really cool.
I don't know what the comms were here, but
If you want to be where you want to be, you have to seize it yourself and not wait for it to come to you.
As we explored schools to profile for this series, UC Irvine jumped off the map, not just because of its esports prowess, but because they're one of the only universities in the country doing real robust research on gaming. We already know that gaming can improve eye-hand coordination, decision-making, the speed at which we process information.
All right, so right now I just want you to lie still and relax as we take the first couple pictures of your brain.
But UCI is diving into large-scale immersive games, think Minecraft and League of Legends, and how playing them over a period of time can improve your memory. And, oh, by the way, it probably doesn't hurt that you've got some of the very best research subjects in the country right in your backyard.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's so cold.
We're looking at the impact of high-intensity exercise on gaming performance and cognitive reflexes. So in esports, you can get tilted. You can get in a mindset that really keeps getting you angry. The hypothesis was that 3 minutes of this high-intensity exercise would at least, if not make you feel better, at least reset you.
Okay, let's get that heart rate up.
So what we found is that they do lose their previous feelings of angst when they do 20 burpees.
I hate you, Ailish. Ow, this one hurts my toes, dude.
I'm a gamer myself. Gamers can get kind of competitive. Hoping to instill that idea that exercise is actually good for your gaming. It's very exciting for me.
Dude, you're orange now, dude. I'm worried.
People think that gamers are lazy or, there's a lot of stereotypes, but they work hard and they are giving this study their all.
My feet hurt.
Oh, my booty. I'm ready for this study to be over.
I live in North California and I fly here just for this study because that's how much I believe in it. Is that better?
A little bit looser.
I'm a trained doctor. Loosening straps. You good? Okay. Okay.
The pre-match workout has UCI dialed in for the most critical scrim of the season. The road to a repeat will run through #1 overall seed Maryville. Tonight's priority, squashing the early game woes that have plagued UCI all year.
We know we're going to face them probably in the finals of our final collegiate championship. So every single game we can get against them is very important to us. So imagine we're playing a game of football in the fourth quarter. We're the guys who could be down 21 points and manage to somehow rally it all back. But the flip side of that is we're also the team who are usually down 21 points going into the fourth quarter.
Our players like to talk a big game. We like to keep the ego of like a defending champion team. And it's hard to justify that ego when we find ourselves being behind against so many teams so often.
In football, there's always 4 quarters, right? League of Legends does not work that way. We oftentimes can just lose the game before we get to that fourth quarter rally. If we didn't fall behind every single game, we beat everyone no matter what. I don't care what comps they play. We could play anything we wanted. They would always lose.
Yeah, I got 2.
He's dead. Let's go, baby.
Nice hold on. I'm moving mid.
I really don't want to lose this tower. It's gone now. Careful mid, careful mid.
No heal.
Oh, he killed you.
The best laid plans can be easier to design than execute. UCI struggles once again in the early game, with varied takes on who's to blame.
I think Jeffrey played it fine. No, I was going to say, I think we don't have a lot of synergy with this play. Like, we're not used to this kind of thing happening.
The bigger thing to analyze is whether Jeffrey moved on tempo or not. Like, I'm not trying to like sit here break down like mechanics and.
This is going to go pretty badly.
Oh, Kennon's behind us. We need to get the out. We need to get the out.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, just run.
Watch Kennon.
I'm gonna blow. That's live.
There's no game clock in League of Legends.
I need help.
Anyone at any time can end the match. Tonight, Evan saves the team from a loss.
We win.
Nice. Good job, Evan. Good job, guys.
That was really easy. That was really easy at the end.
Yeah, man. It was really easy. That was really easy.
At the end.
Our practice goal against this team was to play a clean early game.
Columbia's early game's even better than this team's. If we can't beat these guys in the early game, how are we going to beat them?
UCI has one of the nation's most gifted teams in all of collegiate esports. After months of personal squabbles and team turmoil, these players have a little more than a month to lock vision on their season-long goal: hoisting a second straight North American trophy.
We don't have everything together yet right now, in my opinion. Sometimes we skip steps when setting up for plays.
I think we have the players, but we just need to make sure that we play our game and we trust each other and play smart. Everyone on this team, they're great lads. They're people I care about a lot, and that's one of the things that's keeping me going and pushing me forward.
I'm trying to go professional. Another championship would show that I'm on the right path.
I want to have that feeling again. I want to win so badly.
Our players have something special, but it's going to be harder this year. You know, we all know that.